The book is called Not a Wasted Breath, and it was truly how Todd Gibbs lived his life. When diagnosed with cystic fibrosis at age 5, doctors said Todd wouldn't live past the age of 12, but they didn't know Todd and the zest he had for life.
A little man that thought he was 7 foot. He knew there were 24 hours in the day, but he tried to put 36 in it.
Larissa Gibbs is describing her son Todd, who succumbed to cystic fibrosis at the age of 31, nearly 2 decades past his life expectancy.
I think Todd was touching so many lives and spreading God's love here that he gave him those extra years.
Many of the lives Todd touched were in his native Allen County and at Western Kentucky University.
I was a basketball referee, so I knew him through basketball coaching. I knew him through coaches who would talk about him, the Lady Invitational of the South.
A popular newsman in Scottsville with the nickname Scoop, Todd was eventually recruited by Young Love to work in WKU's media office.
I called him immediately and said, hey, you have any interest in helping out? We could use some help out in our office, and you're perfect. You know exactly what we do.
It was another part of his very busy life that also included battling a fatal disease.
You just wouldn't think that he had this really debilitating disease, and whatever the doctors told him, whatever, your life expectancy is this, well, you just knew, even up to the day that he died, that he was going to beat the odds. He was always going to beat those odds.
And he did beat those odds until 1995. Now, more than 15 years later, he continues touching lives through a new book his mother has written called Not a Wasted Breath.
I argued with God 14 years. Now, God, do you really want me to do this?
The answer was yes, and he even told her how to arrange it.
Do it in 3 parts. Put Todd's writings, and you tell your story, and get other people to share their memories.
Mrs. Gibbs says this is a book about living, not about dying, and it highlights her son's unwavering faith and his sense of humor.
I keep thinking Todd's up in heaven thinking, yeah, I wrote a third of the book, and here Mom's down there getting all the credit.
She says the response to the book about Todd has been more than she could have imagined, and it's rewarding to share it with others.
When I wrote it, I was hoping it would touch one life.
Larissa Gibbs will be signing her book at the Southern Kentucky Book Fest on April 16th at the Carol Nicely Conference Center. With this week's View from the Hill, I'm Amy Bingham.